Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA playoffs. We've got some really exciting matchups, including in the West, where we've got Portland at Denver. The Nuggets home favorites -1. Total is 227.5. I know all eyes will be on Dame Dalla at the end of this game if it is close, but we've got another superstar on the end for the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic has been MVP caliber all season long, not only putting up all kinds of numbers, but also very durable, playing, I believe, in most of the games. He hasn't been hurt much. So we've got Craig Trapp here to break this one all down for us. Craig, initial leans when it comes to Portland and Denver.
Well, I think when you see that opening line at 1 as a home team that is a five more wins than does the Blazers, that tells you something. One, Murray injury at Denver obviously has really affected them the last month of the year. Also, how good Portland's been playing. They've won 8 of their last 10 and 7-3 against the spread in those 10 games. But I think it just tells you that the Western Conference is very close. From 1 to 8, we already see the Suns and Lakers line that's out for the next day is already the Lakers are favored in that one, and they're favored to win the series, even as the road number 7 seed. But I think when you talk about those Blazers, you can't get away from Lillard and McCollum. It really always comes down to them. But this Blazers team will have to score. I think this one will have to be high scoring for Portland to win. So I think that's where the key is. Can Denver maybe slow this game down a little bit? Because if they do, I think and it comes a half court game, I like Denver to win. But since I do think it will be higher scoring, I'm taking the Blazers plus the 1 here, Chelsea. I think game 1 is the game that a road underdog can always steal. I think that's the easiest one of the first 2 games. And I think the Blazers get the steal here. And I'm going to take Blazers plus the 1. I think they stay hot. 8-2 straight up, 7-3 against the spread in the last 10. Let's ride the hot streak with Damian Lillard playing as good as everybody but maybe Steph Curry right now.
Yeah, last time these two played, May 16th, Portland won that one at home 132-116 as 8.5-point favorite. So I would assume somebody was sitting in that one. So not the best indicator of everything. But I think if Portland can get hot from 3, that's when they're really dangerous, because when any team's firing away from 3 and just you can't stop them, that's when you put up the points and it's hard to keep up. And we're talking about a Portland offense that is 6th in the NBA in 3-point percentage. So I think that is going to be the X factor for me. Anything else you think better should know?
Well, I think you got to be careful on these overs, especially this year more than ever, because we had the play-in games. These teams had a little more extra time off, so I think. Even though I do think it'll be up and down game, and I think that favors Portland, I think the under is probably going to be the play in a lot of these games that featured both teams with break. A little different in that Nets and Celtics game because the Celtics didn't have a break, so I think maybe that one might go over. But the ones with the extended breaks, I think it probably leans toward the under here for game 1, just because a little rust, and that's all it takes when you have these huge totals like 227.5. So I'd be leaning towards the under here. But my stronger play going to be on the Blazers. Plus the 1 here.
Yeah, we saw in that Lakers Golden State game, the Lakers, my goodness, they came out flat. Sorry, I've got a little one that's a little bit upset. But yes, we see some of these teams, especially shooting, they can come out super cold, especially from 3. So definitely a factor in this one. But that's going to do it for our NBA talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Craig Trapp. As always, Craig, thanks for joining us. If you like what we're doing, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you hit the bell, you can be notified every time we go live or post a video.